This is John Young with the Weekend Handyman. Today we're looking at a cooler. This is a soft side cooler from Cool and Dry. Cool and Dry. This is, we've seen soft side coolers before, and we're like, oh, what's new with that? Why are we talking about this? There's some stuff in here that's pretty cool. First off, a very well-made little cooler. There's two different sizes and such. We're going to look at both sizes, but in this video we're just looking at the small one. It has inside it a little bit of a different device in here. We have a nice, well-made, insulated compartment that is waterproof, so you're going to be able to throw ice and different things in here, and it's not going to leak out all over the bottom of your truck or what have you. We put our ice in here, and say we put some cans of our favorite beverage in here. Well, one thing when you're going to go and close this up, we grab a can out and we go and we close it. Well, if it's a hot day, all of the heat from what we just did is now captured in the top 2 or 3 inches, and we zip it up. Now that warm area we just captured is in there working on our ice and cooling off our favorite beverages. Makes us unhappy, right? Well, this is the little dry zone area, which will sit on top of that. What's really kind of an advantage of this is a couple of things. First off, there's times where I've got my sandwiches and I don't want them in the ice, or I don't want something that's going to sit on the ice. Maybe I have bananas or some fruit. I can set those in this dry zone, and then I can just slide that in to the bag. It fits right in there nice and snugly, and that will sit on top of the ice and those cold beverages, keeping my items in here from freezing or being affected by the ice. A little bit cool, but not frozen. Secondly, is getting back to that warm area I was talking about. I've got my favorite beverages in here. I've got ice in that. I can go on, I can put this back in, and slide this down in that, and it's going to push all that extra air out. So I can push this right down to where the top of the ice and top of my beverages are. And now I've pushed all of that warm air out. It's just holding that cold air down. It's going to make my ice and beverages last a lot longer. It's going to stay colder longer, and that's really kind of cool. It has a few other things. First off, it's got a nice little mesh pocket on the side. I was actually using these as a carry-on onto the airplane, and I ended up using this little mesh pocket when I was threw my cell phone in there as I was moving around, and so it's really kind of a neat. You wouldn't think a little mesh pocket was that useful, but it was. On the back, this is kind of a neat thing. It has this little flip down flap, and you're like, oh, what's that? That's kind of boring. Well, if I'm out in a situation where the ground is kind of dirty, I pull out that inner liner, that dry area. I don't want to set that on the dirty, on the grass, what have you. This little flap will come down, and that will sit right on top, and it'll allow me to be able to put this, grab this and pull it out and show you what I'm talking about. It'll allow me to be able to set this on the ground, set this on the, and now this isn't going to get dirty. Because again, if this sets on the ground, I'm going to have gunk on it, or even on some picnic tables in public parks, it's going to be gunk on it, and I don't want to go put that in with my favorite beverages. This will help keep that clean. What a great, just a simple idea, but a great idea. Continuing around to the front. Now, this nice little pocket, but inside the pocket, because I have had this issue where I'm all planned out, I get to the site, and I picked out one of my favorite adult beverages, and I forget that I needed a bottle opener. They even have a bottle opener in here connected with it. So I'm good to go. Nice little pouch. You can put a few things in there if you need it. Zip it all up, and off you go. But this is the smaller version. I'll put a link in the description below. You can go out to drycooler.com and check it out, the smaller one. Watch for our other video where we're going to look at the bigger one. This is John Young from the Weekend Handyman.
For more tips and how-to videos, go to weekendhandyman.com.